or else you can be charged. And this is what they're going to implement. You are going to be charged if you don't comply with the law. Just like any other law, you don't comply, you will be charged. They want to know where you are, what you are doing, and how you're doing it. That's basically what it is. And that is everywhere in the world. Basically, that's what they're bringing in everywhere in the world. That is it. In China, it is the biggest thing. Digital identification, facial recognition. See all those cameras? Those cameras that they have up in Jamaica, they install on the road, almost every other road. This is what it's all going to be about. You are going to be recognizable wherever you are because they're going to have all your identification. And your face is going to be recognizable because of, see that medication you took? That is all part of the process. You will be identifiable. There is no going around it or anything. You know, they're talking about when they were giving out the medication grant, that, 35,000 people weren't able to get it because they did not have like a legal identification. Well, that was only, you get it only if you take the medication. It's not a grant that they give every citizen. When you say grant, it's not a grant, it's a payment for taking the medication. That's basically what it is. I don't know why they don't just come out and say it like it is, why they have to sugarcoat everything. You don't have to sugarcoat everything. You just tell people as it is. But they don't really want you to know what it is. So they talk all kinds of nonsense and give you all kind of rhetoric and try to take you through loops so you don't get the full point. You kind of understand what they're saying, but you don't fully get it. That's what it is. But don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. They're saying it, oh, it's a lack of understanding Jamaicans have. It's a lack of understanding. They don't understand what NIDS is really about. What is there not to understand? You're trying to identify everybody in the country. You want to know every single person in the country. You want them to be identifiable. You want to know if somebody stand on the corner, they can pick you up with the camera, facial recognition. Research China's facial recognition and what it is, but the social class. Eventually, there's going to be a credit system, just like China. A credit system. If you're a good citizen in the country, you are rewarded. You get almost like credit points. You're a bad citizen, your points decrease. It's just research China's facial recognition, and you'll know exactly what it's all about. You know, the National Identification program, which is the NIDS, has been, you know, they've tried to bring it in, what, a couple of years ago, or 2 years ago or so. They tried to bring it in. It really didn't fly as much with Jamaicans. It didn't fly. So they kind of slow it down a bit. But now that the big C came now, because they had to implement that. So Mr. Prime Minister is saying that if in other countries you go and you don't have to show your identification more than once, and you can license you could change your driver's license online, buy a vehicle online. Nonsense. I live in a first world country. I cannot renew my driver's license online. I got to go into the office. And if I wanted to buy a vehicle, I could probably look at a vehicle online, but I got to go to the car dealership, and I got to sign those papers, and I got to show them ID. So he is fooling the people with all those things. So he is absolutely fooling the people. And he says here, he wants to focus on the poor. Well, oh, you want to focus on the poor now? What about before? You never focus on the poor before. Only when you have identification needs that you're going to focus on the poor. That is just baloney. This is just another way of trying to get the people to go along with whatever. I'm not saying identification is bad. God forbid, no. You need to be able to ID people. But he's talking like when you have the needs, you're going to be able to just use your fingerprint, boom, and everything is going to pull up in front of you, and you're going to go to the bank and you're just going to touch your fingerprint on something, and bam, and you're going to travel and you're going to touch your fingerprint and they're just going to identify you by your fingerprint and you're just going to go through. That's not how it is. That is not how it is. You still need your passport and your driver's license and your health card and whatever else you need. It's not just about the fingerprint. It's just a way of knowing people. You want to know how many people in the country. You want to know what they're doing and recognize them. It's not about trying to get things easier for them to get things done easier, faster, with more efficiency and stuff like that. It's just another sweet politician talk. If you want the people to be, if you want to know all the people in the country, then say so. Say, I want to know all the people in the country, what they are doing. That's fine. Tell them. Let them know beforehand that this is what you want. But don't go about and telling them false things. And when push come to shove and they get in this, they're going to see that this is all nonsense like all your politicians always talk about. This is wrong, wrong, wrong. And I'll say it again. So, I heard the Prime Minister said, Jamaicans value their freedom. And so they will basically, he didn't say conform, but he meant they would conform to whatever because they value their freedom. And what they did was take their freedom away from people when you can't leave your house, you can't leave your yard. You are locked in. That's your freedom being taken. He saw that he could get them to conform to things if he took the freedom away from them. He saw how much they wanted their freedom, how much they value their freedom. And that is sick. That is sick. Another thing he said Jamaicans have a right to privacy. Well, that's going to be taken away. That's going to be taken away. He also said Jamaicans, they're going to be paying taxes. They don't have money to pay taxes. He talked about JPS. JPS is too high for people. People can't afford JPS anymore. What is he talking about? Getting JPS and having identification so you could get your house electricity going? People don't have money for that. They need jobs. Provide jobs. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop my ranting. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments how you felt about this. Subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up so others can hear this. Please and thank you. Well, that's all for today. I appreciate you all. Don't let any of this that they're talking fool you. Just do your research and understand what they are bringing to you.